When you look at market share and actually
Good morning,
the
Francine.
EV market being ever crowded, can Tesla really hang on to that market share?
I think for the moment, the answer to that question is yes. I think the numbers this quarter will be good. And I think the short-term outlook, certainly perhaps for the rest of this year, is also very good. And particularly if you look at what's happening in China, Tesla has done amazingly well in China, given there are now 400 competitors all trying to steal the EV crown away from Tesla in China. So I think in the short term, things look good, but I think what you will find over the next couple of years, that technological edge that Tesla has may start to close.
When you look at Elon Musk and his love for erratic tweeting, of memes especially, is he a liability at some point for the company?
That's a great question. He could at the same time be his greatest asset and its greatest liability. He has been censored by the SEC a couple of times, but to be fair to him, he pretty much single-handedly has kick-started the whole EV revolution, which is now, every OEM in the world is now very much pointing in this direction. So you've got to tip your hat to him at least for that.
Yeah, well, and he has $186 billion. If you keep score that way, he's been doing pretty well. He's also, it's not just the EV revolution, right? He's also kickstarted private space, the private space industry. He's done a lot for solar. The software play is also a huge part of that. What is the main driver of Tesla, of the Tesla market cap? Surely it's not just making cars.
No, it isn't. But the other problem is it isn't fundamentals either. And that is where I think things will eventually become unstuck. The issue basically is very simple, is there's a narrative out there, which is that the entire automotive industry is going to electrical vehicles over, say, the next 15 years. And Tesla is currently at the forefront of that. And if you want to talk fundamentals, in order to justify those fundamentals of the share price today, Tesla needs to get 40% global market share, which, quite frankly, I think is pretty unlikely even in the most optimistic scenarios.
But I wonder what Tesla can change, or rather, what can Elon Musk change? His whole career, he's made money by doing things in a way that no one else was doing them, whether you're talking about banking, whether you're talking about cars, whether you're talking about space travel. And now Tesla looks to me, not just the design looks kind of old, but it doesn't seem like the cars are doing anything new. Is there something on the horizon that we're maybe not seeing, Richard?
Well, there's a couple of things. I would say certainly if you look at the software experience in Tesla today, it is still vastly superior to anything else out there. But again, people are catching up. If you look at its range per kilogram of battery, if you like, they're still the best in the industry, but people are catching up. Now, what many of the bulls in Tesla are hanging their hats on is the whole robo-taxi strategy, which is basically where Teslas are used basically to provide a robo-taxi fleet, which could generate, a very substantial amount of revenue and profit, if you believe Tesla's forecast. Now, unfortunately, my personal opinion is there is a fundamental flaw in their robo-taxi strategy, which is the pricing is much too high. There's going to be massive competition in this space, and the price per mile is going to be much, much lower than they say it is.